Well, a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Delta T Racing Thursday night. So it's time for Division 2, and we are coming for the final time this season, round number 12 of 12. Championship has already been decided, which is Honey Badger. Unfortunately not racing tonight, but already crowned champion with, I think it's 222 points. Second place, Cavolis, 166. Magic Poop Cannon with 150. Still has his joker to play, but can't get enough points to actually overtake Honey Badger at the top now. Constructors, however, is still very much open. Just a 2-point gap between Aston Martin and Ferrari. So it's still very much up in the air tonight. So either of those will go away as Constructors champion. So right, let's jump on to the grid. First one round is Ralph, who I'm on board with now. Just looking at a couple of... just looking to see, we've got a full grid, 20 people on the grid. Bogorowski standing in the second Ferrari along with Cavolis, so they'll be looking to win the Constructors tonight. Then we have Lakatsis and Andre in the Aston Martins. So obviously the battle is between them, as well as everybody wanting to end the season on a high. Haven't said it yet, but we are coming from Australia. So from Melbourne. Just a standard race today, so normal qualification and then a 50% race. But let's jump on board with Ralph, who will be the first to set a time tonight. So Ralph now coming round. Is he into sector 2 or just? Yes, he is. So sector 1. Sorry, so it's a purple sector 1, which is going to be obvious because he is the only car to set a time yet. Ralph not having a fantastic season by his standards. I think he'll look forward to next season. Obviously, next season is going to be delayed slightly because of the release of the new game on, I think it's May the 30th. The standard edition comes out, and obviously 27th for the early access. So DTR will be running some test races. Right, okay, so sorry, just catching up on the chat there. So I decided to jump on board with the one person that is playing a joker tonight. Let's find who is on a lap. Thank you, by the way, Johnny and Bog, for that. I was just about to follow him. Well, I did follow him all the way around to the pits, so I hope he enjoyed the airtime there. Right, so Hammer has pulled out, NLD Rush coming to the end. So Lakatsis at the moment on provisional pole 17.381. What I will do, so I don't embarrass myself any further, is I'll have a quick check as well, just to see who else is playing the joker tonight. So I think there's quite a few because they had to do it. So yeah, we've got Pombear, Johnny himself, Cavolis, Magic Poop Cannon and Ralph. All of those will be starting at the back of the grid tonight and looking to score double points. Okay, so CRR6, I'm not sure who that is actually, picking up the pole position at the moment, 17.1. We'll have a look to figure out who that is in a bit. Okay, so it looks like the first run's out. Piney Penguin is not serving his joker tonight, but has invalidated. Let's jump on board with Composite, who's going to be the next to cross the line. So Bogorowski is out on track on the Ferrari. We'll jump on board with him when we can. Okay, so Composite 120.582 and into the wall. So he'll be going back to put a new nose on and then give that a second go. So Piney Penguin had invalidated is now on a second hot lap. We've got a yellow flag flashing away somewhere. I think that's just... I think that, yeah, because of composite down at turn number 1, but he's now on the move, so that won't cause any issues along there. So Pony Penguin now coming to the end of sector 2. Let's see what his time is. 45.167. So he's not the fastest, but he's not the slowest either at the moment. There's another yellow flag. I think that is just for traffic that he's jumping out of the way. Go on, Piney. Let's see what you've got. So 2 turns to go. Left-hander. We'll drop it down second or third gear normally, and then accelerate through. Keep it tight. Go out wide early on with that DRS. And see what time he is going to put on. So it's an 18.1, which is going to pop him into 7th position. So let's jump on board with Bogarovsky now on a qualifying lap, just coming into that second DRS zone. Third DRS zone, actually, I suppose, if you look at the start-finish line. Got a bit of traffic ahead of him. Hopefully that won't cause him any issues. Bob comes across the line, 17.3, so just 2/10 off of pole position. I know it's a track that Bob likes pretty well, one of his favourites, so we'll see how he gets on in the race. Skipper just coming across the line, 18.589, so that's 13th position currently for him. Pony Penguin has aborted this one, so let's have a look at the other Aston Martin, getting held up just a little bit by the Red Bull there. Mounted the curve too much there, so that's thrown away a fair amount of time on this lap. And a bit of a wobble coming out. Looks like is he going to back off and go for another lap? So who we missed was Connor. 17.217, just sneaking in there when nobody was looking. I think he is, yeah, he's on an in lap now. So anybody out at the moment who's going to be on a lap? No, it's going to be the out lappers are going to be next across the line. So how did Lacazes? He is going again now. He's eaten up quite a lot of his ERS down into this first corner. So we'll keep an eye on that just to see how he gets on. The other Aston moving out of the way there. So nicely done with those two coming past now. So will he start or will he come into the pits? Oh, Pony Penguin there. So not being a good lap for front ends here. Pony Penguin just losing his front end on the way into the pits. Let's have a look with double. I want to keep an eye on Lacazes as well. How's he getting on with his lap? So 17.3, he has aborted. So let's jump back to double and see how he is doing. Ralph also on a lap. Ralph might be the first one actually. Excuse my camera control here. Where is Ralph gone there? Yeah, Ralph is going to be the first one of this group to set a time. Then we'll have double and NLD rush. Also Rigby out there as well. Where's Rigby? Rigby's right at the start. Looks like he's invalidated immediately. Right, thank you for that. He pops it into the pits. Let's see how D Rush does. So currently with an 18.4. Improvement on that, which he does not do. Double has aborted his lap as well. So anybody actually on a lap? Romero. Go Romero. Let's give us something to look at. He's coming up behind his teammate now, heading along the large straight. They call it a straight. I mean, it's a bend, but it's easily flat out in a Formula 1 car. And be down one gear, then down another gear into the chicane. He takes that well. Looked like a purple sector 2 there, if this could be believed. So just a few corners left to go. 3 more turns. We'll see where Romero could end up. Currently 17.5, 4 tenths off of the lead. So there we go, Romero about to cut the timing beam now, a 17.199, so pops himself up into 2nd position. So Hummer also coming towards the close of his lap. So Hummer can show blistering pace at times, other times it almost just doesn't seem to fall for him, but I think he'll be looking forward to next year. See what time he puts across. 17.147, so they are getting closer to CRR6, but not. Is a pit pit? Right, who do we have on a lap now? So composite, Bog. So Bog's about to start his. Well, he started his actually. He's onto the back straight, so we'll see just at the end of sector 2 whether he is up on his time. Needs to find just over 2 tenths to put himself on the provisional pole. 0.055 up going through the chicane there, so if he has any time to find, needs a couple of tenths in this final sector and could pop himself onto provisional pole position. Still only 6 minutes, or still 6 minutes to go, so plenty of time to come in and do another run, but it'll be interesting just to see what Bog can push the Ferrari to. Fingers crossed he'll have some better strategy calls than they manage in races tonight. I'm sure with Bog it won't go wrong. So 17.390, so losing a bit of time, about 1/10 and a quarter in that final sector, but nothing too major. Right, who should we have a look at? Brother Adam, I think he has aborted, so he'll be starting his lap in a minute. Andre is on it in the 2nd Aston Martin, coming towards the final few turns now, just 3 to go, and then the start finish line, and we'll see what position he can move. Currently in 18.0, so needs to find nearly a second, or just pull into the pits. Okay, so Skipper invalidated that. Who do we have coming out? Right, so who we're going to have is Connor. Lacatz is popping it on pole, 17.066, so certainly doing his bit for the Aston Martin tonight. Sure Honey Badger will be jumping up and down and yelling at that one. Obviously, like every driver, he would like the constructors and the driver's title. I'm sure he'll be happy with the driver's title on its own. So anyway, right, Connor, let's keep an eye on him. So he's coming to the end of sector 1 now. He's nearly half a second up on his time. That's a mighty first sector. So we could be looking at the first lap down into the 16s here. Currently on for about a 16.8. We'll see if he can hold that margin or expand it. So 0.0472 up, so nearly half a second still up through sector 2. So going down into this hard braking right hander now. Then we're along. Oh, just caught the inside of the curb there and maybe lost himself a 10.5, 2 tenths, but I think this is still going to be good enough for pole position, but Connor is not happy with that and aborts and comes into the pits. Right, who have we got on laps? D-Rush, got Skipper now into the pits, so just 2 people on the pitch. But I got football on as well. Currently, Man United 0-0 against Atletico, so still with that 3-0 lead from the first leg. So Rush now coming round the last 2 corners, see if he can improve on his 18.4. does by nearly half a second, so up into 10th with an 18.051. Double now coming up. He is nearly a 10th up on his time. Isn't really going to increase his grid position at the moment, but we'll still give him a better target for perhaps his last run. We'll need to be quick though. I think you might have missed it. So half a second up in the end. So he did have a slow final sector. 17.8 for him. Up into 9th position. I think that will be the last of his running for today. Got a lot of people on their out laps. Yep, so CRR6 is pit key. Sorry, I was just checking that because it's confused me a bit, but I remember it was earlier in the season. I think it depends on what platform that he's actually playing on. But yeah, so pit key in 2nd place at the moment. The Cassis for that really good lap there, 17.0 for current pole position. But we've now got a big gaggle of cars that will be coming around to start their final lap. Who is going to be first? I think it's going to be one of the... Is it one of the Aston Martins? Yeah, it's going to be Andre. Is going to be the first guy on track. So we'll jump with him and then we can flick back through the people that are behind. But obviously the battle today really is Aston Martin against Ferrari for the constructors. I know everybody else still wants to get points. I think 2nd place is still up for grabs in the title chase. But these two teams are going at it hammer and tong as they have done all season. So Aston Martin will have the upper hand, obviously being able to qualify both of their cars, whereas Ferrari having Kavolis taking or playing his Joker tonight. For those that don't understand, Joker, you are given one Joker per season that you have to use. So you can use it at one of the races, not in one of our special events such as sort of sprint races or 100% races, but in any of the others you can use it. Basically, you don't qualify, start at the back, and any points you gain during the race are doubled. So Andre there popping himself up into 8th position. Just need to see who else is coming. I've kind of lost track a bit now where I've been waffling. But I mean, the ones we really want to look at are Pipke, who improves, but so does Romero straight behind him. So 16.7 for Romero. Hummer has aborted Connor. We'll see what Connor is, about 3/10 up, so looking about 16.9. Could pop himself into 2nd position. Unfortunately doesn't, drops off a little bit. We've got Bogorovsky going around the back on his own. So who is this, Brother Adam? Excuse me. Brother Adam about to set a time of 17.0. So up into the top 5 for Brother Adam. Bogorovsky has invalidated, so he'll be going no further on that lap. Andre has invalidated, he'll be going no further as well. And who have we got? I don't know, bottom 5 are qualifying, obviously. Hammer will qualify where he is. He's not going to improve on that, I don't believe. No, he is into the pits. Lakatsis, how is he getting on? He is also aborting as well. And Bogorovsky, as we know, just crossing the line there. So that is the end of qualifying. So we have a 1-2 for Kick Sauber. That was a bit uncalled for. Wasn't expecting that at all. But Romero taking, I think it's his first pole position. 1:16.703. So 2/10 clear of Pipke in 2nd place, or CRR6 as it's displayed. Hammer in 3rd, Lakatsis in 4th. We've got Brother Adam, Havoc Connor, Bogorovsky, the first of the Ferraris, in 7th. Just putting in chat that he had a big snap in qualifying, so unfortunately that put pay to his race. But Bog is good in the race, good on strategy. If he can keep out of trouble, he could get a good result here tonight. D Summers in the Williams in 8th. He'll be looking to end the season on a high. So it's been a bit of an up and down, bit of a roller coaster for him so far this year. Then we've got the second Aston Martin of Andre in 9th, and double rounding out the top 10. So let's have a quick look at these. So we have a Swedish front row, Romero and Pipke in the Kick Saubers. Then we've got Hummer and Lakatsis in 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, Brother Adam and Connor. Then 7th and 8th, Bog and Summers. 9th and 10th, Andre and Double. 11th and 12th, we have NLD Rush and Piney Penguin. Then 14th, Rigby. 15th, Composite. Then we have the non-qualifiers to round us off. They'll be starting at the back of the grid and looking to see where they can make their way up to. Okay, so I am guessing it's going to be a dry race from what I can see there. So we're just waiting for the players now to put their setups or make any adjustment to any setups that they need to set their strategy as to which laps they are going to pit on and adjust the fuel. All right, just having a quick look in the chat, see if there's anything going on. Right, so here we are, just about to jump on to the formation lap. We'll have a quick look, see what tyres everybody's on. Pretty much a blanket of mediums, other than Andre in 9th, starting on the softs. Then we have Magic and Cavolis starting on the hard tyres at the back. So a split strategy for the Ferraris there. And also a split strategy for the Astons. Obviously, Andre looking to go hard and early on those soft tyres, make up as many positions as he can. Perhaps then pit onto mediums or hards for the rest of the race and take them to the end and see whether he can get any kind of undercut on the cars ahead. But we do normally get a safety car or two round here. But yeah, surprised there for the Kick Saubers on pole position. Fair play to them. I think there was a lot of drivers saying in chat could and should have potentially gone a bit faster had it not been for, you know, your little snaps and things like that. But that's how many times? I mean, I remember Max Verstappen at, was it Saudi Arabia, pulled out the perfect lap, was on for pole position, hit the wall right at the end. It can happen. One snap and that's it. It's completely gone. Frustrating. So now round to join the grid for the 12th and final time in season 12. So season 13 will be up and running once the new game is out. We'll make announcements about that. And between the close season, which will be today, and the release of the new game, we'll try and put on some special events. Like there's a few realistic performance races that are going to be put on, so obviously it will give those the slower drivers a chance in the faster car, and we'll see what happens. But let's have a bit of fun just at the end of 24 before we start all the serious rubbish again on F1 25. So right, okay, we are sat on the grid with an absolutely terrible camera angle. I'm going to jump on board with the Katsis for now, and it's 5 red lights. They're out and away we go for the 12th and final time this season. So a good start by Pipke there. Katsis and Romero going side by side into turn 1. I can't see any real damage, anything happening further back. which is good. So it looks like we are through. Hummer there looking for a move immediately on the inside of Romero. Does not want to hang around. A little bit further back, got Bogorovsky battling to keep 7th position. So no ground gained for him, but none lost either at the back. Gavolis already up 4 positions in the Ferrari. So he'll be looking at making his way. But he's on those hard tyres as well, don't forget. So we'll have... we'll be able to go a lot longer than the cars in front. So we've got a bit of a train going on at the moment. Obviously DRS will be enabled this lap, which is absolutely no good until you get to the back straight, because you've already hit the DRS there. Pit key with the fastest 25.40, 450 even. Try and get those right. Anything to report a bit further back? Looks like Pombear now making up a position on Rigby. Got a couple of changes here. Skipper, I think, maybe getting a snap into that corner. Let's get back to the front group here, which we have the front 10 all in a nice line. Made a bit of a break from the second group, double leading that in the McLaren. Oh, somebody a bit wide at the back there. I think it was Andre, but we seem to be okay. Yep, we're okay. Right, let's get... Oh, saying that, Andre. Keep an eye on these. Bog is looking threatening on the back of Summers now, wanting to make a position gain if he can. Okay, who is that into the pits? So Pipke into the pits already. Does he have damage? Yeah, he has a damaged front nose, but when he was still doing well out front. New nose and a set of hard tyres. It's very slow getting out there, unless this is just the computer catching up. Did he have a 10-second penalty? He couldn't have done. No. But virtual safety car is out. Whilst I was doing that, I missed the fact that NLD Rush has retired from the race. I can't tell you where that was. Sorry, I was looking. I thought there was a problem with Pipke then, which obviously is when he's right at the back of the grid. So under virtual safety car, let's jump back up to the front. So Bog has made his way up into 6th position. Summers up into 5th. So who? Oh, it's Pipke, isn't it? So because Pipke's pitted. It's like Brother Adam getting an absolute dreadful restart there, losing 2 positions to Hummer, Romero and Summers as well, and it looks like Bog is going to make a move on him as well. Bog getting a bit of a tap from Piney Penguin. Hopefully no damage done there. But Summers looking all over Brother Adam in front now. Piney Penguin having a battle with Bogorovsky. Just need to settle down, still 25 odd laps to go. Connor picking up the first corner cut penalty of the night. Okay, and a change for the lead now. Hummer overtaking Lecatsis. Probably not a good place to overtake there, because Lecatsis is now going to get the DRS and should be able to zoom straight past you. But not. Look at that pace, actually, that Hummer has got, as he has absolutely drained all of his ERS, which is going to make him susceptible coming down here. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's still there. He's still there. He's still there. Well played between the pair of you. Gave him space there. I know it means losing the position, but it's good racing. It's lovely to see. Double and Cavolis having a bit of a battle here. Cavolis obviously wanting to get past 1.8 second gap now between Double and Andre, and then Ralph dropping a further 1.5 seconds behind Piney. But it's worked his way up into the top 10 after playing his Joker. Forza Ferrari we have in chat. Go Cavolis and Bolt. That's from Rika. So sorry you're not racing tonight, my friend. But hopefully the boys will do the job for you. Right, so Romero taking pole position today, dropped down into third. I mean, his teammate not faring too well. Pipke currently 19th and last, but it looks like he got some damage early on. Whether his tyres then went and he had to pit, I'm not sure, but his pace was pretty good. We have a yellow. Why do we have a yellow? We have a yellow because of Rigby. And we have a safety car. Why have we got a safety car? Really? For that? Right, so safety car, lap 6, 23 to go. I mean, pretty much everyone on mediums is obviously going to come in and put a set of hard tyres on and look at taking them to the end unless we get another safety car. But pretty much positions are going to be nullified. Obviously for the likes of Andre and Pipke is great because it gives them a chance to catch up to the back of the field. So Lecatsis coming around now. We'll see if he comes into the pits. I do expect him to. Oh, he doesn't. Lecatsis didn't come in. That could be a major mistake. Romero's in, Summers in, Bolt's in, Connor in. Cavoli's staying out, but understandable. He is on those hard tyres. But I think Lecatsis has just made a huge mistake for Aston Martin. Hey, Honey Badger in the chat. Good evening, fella. Hope you're well. So sorry you're not here to do a couple of parade laps as champion, but as I say, congratulations to you. I'll get a Ferrari is robbery. Right. So behind the safety car, everybody has pitted except Lecatsis. 6 lap old mediums. Woke up as a champ today. Yeah, you do that, mate. You wake up as a champ every day until the end of season 13. But you'll still always be a champ. That's the one to remember. Right, so getting back to this. Yeah, everybody has pit other than Lecatsis and Double. They will need to change those mediums onto hards. And obviously Cavolis and Magic Poop Cannon as well. But they are playing their jokers, so they're looking at taking the hard tyres as long as they possibly can. Wouldn't surprise me if they take those onto a set of softs at the end. But again, it could well be safety car dependent. but track position is pretty vital around Australia. Not the easiest track to overtake. So brother Adam out of the race as well. So 2 retirements, as always. I have missed them, so you'll have to use your imagination exactly what happened with those. So safety car should be in this lap. The whole field is now bunched up, so there's no reason for it to stay out any longer. Pit key back up into 11th as well, thanks to the safety car and the pit stops. 5 lap hold hards, but so back into 11th, so he's still in a position that he can get some decent points. Having stopped as well in the top 4 not, he could potentially put himself into 7th position. Right, so safety car is coming in this lap. So Lekatsis will take control of that. Kavolis wants to close that gap up a little bit. Kavolis' main aim now will be to get past Lekatsis as quick as he can, and then try and use Kavolis and Lekatsis and double as a bit of a buffer, so that he can pull out on the field. Obviously still needs to make that pit stop. But we are go again, and looks like a decent start by Lekatsis. Kavolis responding pretty similar kind of time. We have Magic Poop Cannon going for a move up the inside of double, but double not playing the team game there, certainly not letting Magic pass without a fight, but Magic now looking to go around the outside, and he gets the job done. Romero's going to be next to make that move on double, and he does up the inside. So double losing 2 places there in a corner. Let's take a couple of laps just to settle down ever so slightly. Bog going to be the next person. Squeezes his way past double there, so up into 5th position. Hummer looking for a move on Connor. Obviously getting a little bit caught out by the front there, just about misses the back of double. I don't think he picked up any really damage there, but I'm not 100% sure. Really picked some up there. Right, so no, I think Connor is okay, but obviously dropping down quite a few positions now is not ideal for him. Going to need to battle his way back as quick as he can. Meanwhile, at the front, Kavolis and Lekatsis have pulled out a 1.7 second gap on Magic, so which is good for them. It's what they want. Break that DRS. If they could work together, they can pull themselves away, and they just nullify some of the effects of that late pit stop that will be needed. Connor dropping down to 15th now, so just needs to get himself back together. I don't think he's got any damage there, certainly nothing that's visible, but let's say with this game it can still give you damage, unfortunately. Right, so let's get back up to the front, where we have the front 2, Kavolis and Lekatsis pretty much running away with it. Is Lekatsis going to go for a move now around the Kavolis going to go for a move now around the outside of Lekatsis. He does, tucks in nice and neatly before the chicane and comes out ahead, but Lekatsis will have the DRS here. Is he going to make the move back? He's not. I think he might just settle in a little bit and follow what's happening in front for a bit. Pipkey making his move up into 9th. with Summers, but Summers making that position back on the inside, so just giving him a bit of room around the outside, but getting the superior grip and keeping that position. Ronnie Penguin, I think it was a bit wobbly back there. There's a concertina effect to the ones behind. So Connor again getting slightly involved in that. Hopefully that hasn't given him any damage there, but it looks like, was he pulling out to go for a move? He was, just doesn't have the speed. Okay, so back at the front, the Catsis still chasing after Cavolis. Romero in third position, 1.5 seconds further back. Get rid of the data for a moment. We know the majority of people are on the hard tyres, but Magic Boot Cannon looking for a move. I think Luton meets. Oh yeah, they have a Bogorovsky and the Bog kept it there. It looks like Bogorovsky going for a move on the inside of Romero. Just didn't give the space that was needed. Unfortunately there, Magic Poop Cannon getting spun. Not sure who that was because of, but we have another safety car now. So ideal opportunity. Bit of fresh set of hards on, or jump in, maybe even stretch a set of medium tyres. Well, it didn't last too long. And so we had, what was it, lap 7, we're now lap 11. So we've got about 3-4 laps of racing. Everybody now coming into the pits to have their damage repaired. Romero staying out. Well, again, we'll go to the tyres just to see what people are on. Obviously, everybody at the front on those hard tyres. I mean, Connor up in the 5th position. If he doesn't have any damage on that car, 5th position on 5-lap-old hards. Again, as I say, track position. So how are we looking at in the battle for the Constructors' title? I say 2 points in it as we stand. I think it was 2 points in it. Let's just pop that back up again just so I can get, yep. So 2 points in it in Aston Martin's favour. So currently, right, okay, apologies for that. Yeah, so currently we have Lakatsis, who is in 5th. So that would give him 10 points. And that is it. And Ferrari, we have 6th and 10th, which would be 9 points. So, yep, 9 points. So as it stands, Aston Martin still winning the Constructors' Champion as we stand, but obviously still a long way to go, another 17 laps. Safety car is staying out, but we do have a few people at the back just catching the field up, which they will do. The majority that pitted going on to the medium tyres. Obviously will be the quicker tyre. But they'll have about 16 laps of racing on them, going to start going off towards the end. Right, so fingers crossed safety car will be in this lap. So who do we think is going to win this one tonight? It's been a bit topsy-turvy, really. I mean, Romero's had such good pace, as they're sticking it on pole position by a couple of tenths clear in qualifying. But the race hasn't quite gone the way that he wanted, but I'm sure he'd be quite happy now sitting at the front on 6-lap-old hards, being able to take him to the end. Ralph playing his Joker up in 2 seconds. Oh, that's a good point. Let's have a look, see how the Joker players are getting on. Let me just refresh my memory as to who the hell is playing a Joker. So Pombear, 15th, not faring too well. Johnny, J5 Gaming in 3rd position, so good scoring for him. Safety car staying out again, really. So yeah, good haul of points potentially there for Johnny, 30 points as he would stand. Ralph as well would be picking up 36 at the moment. Oh, of course, there's one thing we have to take into account. Skavolis will score double points because he is playing his Joker. So do have to take that into account when we're looking at these constructors. I think as it stands then, 10 against 16, 10 against 17, so as it stands, Ferrari are Constructors champions. So the end of sector 2. Yeah, safety cars coming in this lap. So we will be back to green flag racing. Romero becomes the pace car. He can dictate the pace, but he must keep it constant. You can't accelerate, decelerate, accelerate, decelerate. You need to keep your speed constant, which he's doing a good job of so far. So a little further back, we've got Bog in 9th position, got Pipkey, Rigby in front of him. We'll have double right up his backside as well. Puttkanen currently down into 14th. Right, so when are we going to go? Now, we're on. Johnny got caught napping a bit there, 1.5 seconds over the start line. So all good, a bit further back, see a little bit of lock up of brakes, but nothing to worry about. So these two really have made a bolt. Johnny just pulling it in ever so slightly now, but that was a 1.5 second across the start finish line. That was a hell of a jump. And Ralph reacted to it. I think it was just Johnny, unfortunately, was perhaps doing his makeup in the mirror, bless him. Right, so Johnny now coming under pressure from Connor. Connor's had another one of those races today. He's been up there at the back, up there at the back, up there again. Well, there's fingers crossed he can finish strong and end up at the front. More than capable of winning races, which he has done this year, but actually won using his Joker, getting himself 50 points. So more than capable of picking up a victory. So right, a little bit further back, Bog not making up much ground on Pipkey at the moment. I think he's just settling in a bit further up. Kavolis looking for a move on the Katsis. So I mean, this was the battle for the lead a few laps ago. Party Penguin picking up a 3-second penalty there. Right. So Kavolis is looking racy on the back of Lekatsis there. Good drive by Bogorovsky coming round the back there. Is he going to go for a move up the inside? It wasn't him actually, it was Cavolis, wasn't it? Yeah. Too many red Ferraris. Yeah, two. It's far too many. Right, so Cavolis makes his way up into, who have we got? Romero. Romero must have got thrown off coming through the chicane. Just probably went a bit wide, hit the gravel, and drops himself to the back of the grid. We've not got a safety car, so we will continue racing. But I think something happened. Yeah, something must happen with him and Ralph, because Ralph has lost a position as well. Bogrovsky 19.614, fastest lap of the race. But yeah, there must have been some contact between Romero and Ralph, because Ralph losing a position as well to Johnny. And that, just over a second gap, was eaten up completely. So I think there may have been some contact at that chicane. We'll wait and see if any reports come out later. But unfortunate, Hummer going from a strong position, Romero going from a strong position to pretty much the back of the grid. It's only Hummer that is still out, but kudos to him for continuing going. I know it's not easy sometimes when you're at the back there, but you see how quickly it can change here. I mean, Pipke not long ago was at the back looking like he was out of it completely, now sitting in 6th position. Cavolis and Connor battling a little bit there. It's causing a bit of a snake behind. Lukacs has got his way back into this now. Oh, and it looks like Pipke might have a bit of wing damage on Lukacs there, just as it concertinaed up a bit for that corner. Have to keep our eyes on that, but we are in a position where it's pretty much all concertinaed back together. Double losing a position there to Andre, and we have a safety car. Why do we have a safety car? Why do we have a safety car? Hummer retired. Okay. Perhaps he did retire in the pits. I'm not 100% sure on that, but either or, he has retired from the race and left the session. We now have another safety car. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a plethora of pit stops, people wanting to get their get themselves on fresh tyres for what is potentially the last. It's got to be the last safety car. We've had more than enough tonight. Right, so let's have a quick look at penalties. Oh, Ralph with a 10-second penalty. Sure we got that for. That must have been for a collision. 3 for Summers, 6 for Connor, and 6 for Piney Penguin. Doesn't look like we've got any pit stoppers, so is everyone happy with what they've got? Got a few just at the back going on to mediums. Romero going on to a fresh set of mediums. So Johnny and Ralph both on 12 lap old hards, leading the way. Right, so a quick look at warnings. Who has got warnings? Piney Penguin's got 7, so he's 2 away from another penalty. Johnny has 2 in front, Ralph has 1, Kavolis 1, Lekatsis 1, Bogorovsky has 2, Pipke has 1. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So right, safety car not coming in again. I think Bert Mylander is getting some of his mileage up. Yeah, so he's certainly getting a bit of a drive tonight. But let's have a look, see what else is going on. Okay, so should get the indication that safety car will be in this lap and we can continue racing shortly. So Johnny currently leading the race with Ralph in second, Kavolis in third, Lekatsis in fourth, Pipke in 5th position, Bogorovsky in 6th, and we've got Summers in 7th, Magic in 8th, Pombert in 9th, and Skipper rounding out the top 10. So safety car is indeed coming in this lap. Fastest lap currently 1:19.614 by Bogorovsky in that Ferrari, so bringing the extra point to them as we stand. Right, again, let's get rid of the tyres and everything and get ready to race. So Johnny will become, well, he's the pace car now. He's gone early. Ralph was on the ball. Kavolis and Lekatsis also there as well. So there doesn't seem to have been too much of a break there. A bit of a sleepy Pombert a little bit further back, just allowing the group to split ever so slightly. Connor not having any of that, thinking, right, get out of my way, I'm going to close that gap down. And straight away he made one position, and he looks like he's going to make a second around the outside of Pombert there. So very aggressive restart there by Connor, but has done exactly what he needed to, up into 9th, and can now look at closing the group ahead. Piney Penguin, I think, just having a bit of an issue there. So at the front, Ralph. Johnny going a bit wide there, cannot afford another warning, otherwise he'll pick himself up a 3-second pen. Yeah, so it looks like Ralph got a 10-second penalty for a severe collision. Whether that was right or not, obviously if he doesn't serve it, then there's potential for us as stewards to have a look at it at the end of the race. Potentially we could get that 10 seconds removed, but obviously if you've served it, unfortunately there's not a lot we can do about that. So Johnny and Ralph broken away ever so slightly, just got themselves out of that DRS zone. Whether they can keep themselves there would be good for them. Lekatsis ahead of Kavolis, and then we've got Pipke looking to make a move as well. Looks like it's going to be a 2 round the outside of Lekatsis. Yeah, Lekatsis losing 2 positions there. We now have Kavolis back up into 3rd place, followed by Pipke. Bogorovsky hot on the tail of this as well, almost making a position on the Katsis there, and ended up losing a position to Summers to put himself in a slightly compromised position there, but then he makes the move up the inside. This is some good racing going on between these two. Well, in fact, right, moving on. So unfortunate for Bog, who goes into the pits. Obviously going to have some damage. He'll put a fresh set of softs on, probably go for the fastest lap, but he will be absolutely seething. It seemed that the two were racing well. When a third one came into the mix, it just wasn't enough room, and unfortunately Bog seems to get pushed off to the inside there. So again, we'll have to see if there is any further incident on that. But unfortunate for Bog, looking at pushing for a podium now at the back of the grid. Talking at the back of the grid, Romero there, a couple of laps ago, up to 13th already. Right, so coming around to complete lap 23. Give us 6 laps of racing left of season number 12. Looks like Ralph going for a move around the outside of Johnny there, but Johnny not having any of it, holding his space certainly around the outside, coming up towards corner here. And Johnny holding his own there. Oh, this is good racing. Look, side by side. Ralph just coming across a little bit too hard there. And unfortunately, Johnny losing 2 positions. But you've got to see, he doesn't actually have any penalties. The one he's got to worry about is the Katsis behind him, who doesn't have a penalty as well. So if these two can keep within 3 seconds of Cavolis and Ralph, then they still can jump position. But Cavolis looking at trying to get a move on now. He's passed Ralph into the lead. So Cavolis looking for 2nd position outright. Magic Poop Cannon has retired. What has happened there? Oh, and his car's bouncing. So it looks like Poop Cannon has become another victim of the chicane. It's so easy to do there. You just touch that outside and it will throw you across the track. Right, so who's going to pit? Cavolis has pit. Obviously needs a new front wing as well. Going to lose an awful lot of positions here though. He's going to be fast because I would assume he's gone for the soft tyres, which he has. Summers also going to come in for the soft tyres. Bog won't bother because he does have 1 lap old softs. But if he's got another fresh set, it's almost worth putting them on. Okay, so Ralph leading the way, but as I say, he does have that 3-second time penalty. The Katsis behind him doesn't. Johnny doesn't. It's going to be very, very painful towards the end of the race. Safety car's not going to be coming in this lap. We would have had the notification already, so it is probably going to come in end of lap 26. So we're going to have 3 laps of racing. Ralph would need to put out a 3-second gap while the Katsis and Johnny behind him to win the race. That's saying that the Katsis and Johnny don't pick up an extra warning, both being on 2. So Johnny, you could always push Lacazette a little bit, just make that mistake, pick up that 3 seconds, and then you're sitting yourself in nice and tidy. Why did CRR6 get a... Lost his front wing there. So what, did he get a drive through for ignoring the... What? I'll have a look at that in a minute, see if I can figure out what is going on. But Pitke now to the back of the grid. Jesus, Rigby with a collision with Summers. Come on guys, you're into the safety car, you don't need to get quite so close until right at the end to give each other space. So pens galore appearing now, which is not good. Some of them, they say 10 seconds as well. So being this close is going to completely screw you. One person in good position down at the moment is Bog, who's going to benefit by everything and pop himself up into the top 10 if he can just ensure he doesn't pick up another warning. Right, so are we going to see the safety car coming in this lap? Yes, we are. So safety car in this lap will have 3 laps of racing. We have 3 hard tyres. Then we have 6 medium runners. And then we have 7 soft runners. So who's going to win? Currently it's white, yellow, and then red. Are they going to be able to turn that table around by the time that we get to the end of the race? But Ralph now just backing up the field, making a decision on when he's going to go. So yeah, Ralph with that 10-second penalty. And he's gone. Oh, Cavolis picking up a penalty there as well. For a severe collision with Romero. So it doesn't look like this has started too well. Rigby going into the pits and retiring. Okay, well let's just hope to hell that that doesn't come back out on a track and cause another safety car. Which looks like it's going to. What's going on there? Can only hope that has stopped in the pit lane and we'll go no further. Right, let's get back to the actual racing here. Right, I'll tell you what we need up is the pens, because this is getting Cavolis with 13 seconds worth of penalties. That's going to put him pretty much at the back behind Summers. So Lacazette is currently in 2nd position, can win this. Can win the Constructors' title. Yeah, Magic DNF'd, unfortunately. Rigby DNF'd. Well, Rigby quit in the pit lane. Hummer, I'm not sure. I think he quit in the pit lane as well. And then Brother Adam and NLD Rush being the other retirements that we have tonight. But Johnny just losing a bit of ground on those front 2. Romero now picking up another warning. Or another warning, so 3 seconds of pens to him. Cavolis makes his way up into 8th. He's going to be a man on a mission now, and there's potential that he could get a 10-second penalty removed if he doesn't serve it and he feels that it was unjustified and can prove that to the stewards via a report. If they're in agreement, they can have that penalty removed. But as I said earlier, only if it is unserved. Which basically ties into the tyres for the rest of the race. Okay, Johnny losing a couple of positions there, down into 5th place now. few overtakes going on towards the back here. Pipke and Romero both making a move past Skipper. Meanwhile, at the front, Ralph Albers continues to lead, but with that 10-second penalty. So Andre now up into 4th position, which is pretty much cementing this for Aston Martin, currently 3rd. And well, currently 3rd and 4th now. Johnny dropping back a little bit further. So 3rd and 4th for the Aston Martin is going to give them the championship. And we are now coming round the last few corners. And that is, as they say, that for the championship. But yeah, Ralph is going to come around. How the hell did Connor get up there? But yeah, Ralph is going to come round and take the victory on track, but won't take the victory overall, as that will go to Lekatsis. So yeah, Lekatsis, we've actually got a 1-2 for the Aston Martin team. You cannot get more emphatic than that to sew up the championship. So many congratulations to the Aston Martin team this season. Honey Badger, you've done the double, so you can wake up tomorrow as a double champion. But congratulations to Lekatsis and Andre today. Johnny picking up, I think, a podium position in. I think it was a podium position. I'm a little bit behind now. Yeah, Johnny picking up 3rd place. And 4th going to Connor. I took me eye. I didn't see Connor get up there at all, but managed to get his way back into a podium position. But there we go. Aston Martin 1-2. You can't ask for better than that when you are trying to win a championship. I think the only thing they didn't get was fastest lap, but we'll check on that in a moment. So many congratulations to the team in green. I'm sure Mr. Stroll will be very happy with you guys. Let them soak up their moment, and we'll go through to the results. So Lekatsis is taking the win. Andre in 2nd position. Johnny picking up a well-deserved 3rd place in the end. Connor recovering up to 4th position, picking up fastest lap 18.695. Then we've got double in 5th, Bog in 6th, 7th place going to Ralph, Romero in 8th. Pony Penguin 9th, Pom Bear in 10th. Composite 11th, Skipper in 12th. 13th is Pipke, or CRR6. Cavolis in 14th, and Summers in 15th. In the DNFs of Rigby, Magic Poop Cannon, Hummer, Brother Adam, and NLD Rush. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings to a close season number 12. Many congratulations to our champion Honey Badger, and well done to the Aston Martin team for bringing home the Constructors' Championship. As I say, it's the completion of season 12, but we'll have some fun races in between. Whether they'll be broadcast or not, probably not, just because they're going to be fun events. But as soon as F1 25 is released, we will do some tests, obviously, to make sure people's pace are the same, because the games can make a big difference. And then obviously we will look at announcing the start of season number 13. But thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. I've really enjoyed Div 2 this year, as always. I'd like to give a massive shout out to Bogorovsky, who without him this league just would not be possible. He does so much. Obviously I am an admin as well, but work commitments unfortunately get in the way a lot. So Bogorovsky does an awful lot of the running himself. So, thanks to him, thanks to all the F1 coordinators for your week in, week out duties. Thank you to the stewards. Just thank you to everyone who's made it as enjoyable as it is. But I'll stop ranting now and close. I wish you all well. Enjoy the break, and I look forward to seeing you in season 13.